Anthony Bourdain had no reservations about speaking his mind, especially when it came to the foods he hated, and one recipe in particular always seemed to invoke his wrath. Perhaps best known for his blunt, tell-it-like-it-is demeanor, Anthony Bourdain never held back when he found a food he didn't like, and one such food frequently became the focus of his ire. In a 2016 interview with the LA Times, Bourdain didn't mince words when asked about food trends he hated. As he told the publication, "I'm really irritated by that useless middle slice of bread on the club sandwich." Yes, it turns out Anthony Bourdain was no fan of a classic club sandwich. And if you yourself have ever wondered what the purpose of that third slice of toast smack dab in the center was for, you're not alone. According to Bourdain, the only purpose it served was to annoy him. He went on to complain, "It's been there forever, it's not a trend, it's lasted for decades, and why, when we can so easily dispense with it?" The club sandwich originated in the United States in the late 1800s, first coming to prominence as a meal served at exclusive gentlemen's clubs, hence the name. It eventually became a staple of the hospitality industry, served in hotels, and long since associated with something you would order from room service.
2 club sandwiches, and 2 more club sandwiches.
To be clear, it wasn't the taste of the sandwich that bothered Bourdain so much, it was that inexplicable, slippery third piece of bread inserted through the middle. In a list titled Crimes Against Food, published on the now-defunct List app, Bourdain wrote, "You know who invented the middle slice? Enemies of freedom. Their mission? Sap our will to live by ruining our sandwich experiences through tectonic slide." And let's be honest, Bourdain had a point. What is it there for, other than to make the top and bottom layers of the sandwich slip around while you're trying to eat them? If ever there was a legitimate reason for the placement of the dreaded middle slice, it has long been lost to the annals of history. What we do know is that, despite Anthony Bourdain's outright rejection of it, the club sandwich has endured. Served at everyday restaurants, delis, coffee shops, and even offered in gas station vending machines, the club has become a favorite around the world. And while hotel food nowadays is far more than club sandwiches, they are still widely considered to be the gauge by which travelers judge a hotel's cuisine.
This is a vacation.
Of course, you can't help but wonder if a club sandwich would still be considered a club at all if its offending center slice were to be omitted. Is it that extra piece that makes it a club in the first place? Whatever you might think, one thing is for sure, Anthony Bourdain wasn't having any of it. Sharing what may have been some of his last thoughts on the topic in a 2016 interview with NPR, he declared in no uncertain terms, "The third slice of bread on a club sandwich, I think, is a satanic invention." As it turns out, bread was a frequent trigger for Bourdain's disdain. In the top slot of his compendium of food offenses, he ranked the brioche bun burger as the very worst food crime. Explaining that a hamburger bun needs to be able to absorb a juicy burger's grease, he insisted that already buttery by nature brioche was not up to the task. Rather than soak up the meat's desirable juices, the soft and flaky French bread fails miserably by crumbling apart. In continuing his rant against food blasphemy, he declared in no uncertain terms that, quote, "God is against the brioche bun." Another bread hijinks perpetrator on Bourdain's list of ne'er-do-wells is, as he called it, the half-assed muffin on Eggs Benedict. English muffins themselves weren't so much the issue, it was the fact that most people who prepare Eggs Benedict only toast the inner side of the bread, with the outer surface left undercooked and pasty. Even so, the much-maligned club stands out as the most frequent target of Anthony Bourdain's indignation. In his book Appetites, he even implied that the double-decker sandwich was scheming to destroy America. And sure, Bourdain's toothpick-wielding nemesis has yet to rise up in the manner he predicted, but he wasn't often wrong either.